Days of Hope and Circumstance was supposed to be my debut album. I had a friend, my friend Richard Fowler, who passed away from AIDS in 1993. And shortly afterward, I began writing this cycle of songs about the experience of helping him, I guess, transition out of this life. And
Andy came to me, and I think this is my memory. I've been reading about it in my journals. I think you came to me when you had already started the song cycle, and you thought that dance would help you get it out because it was painful.
so we did this concert where I played the song cycle live, and she created this beautiful dance, which was actually very restrained. And
I think because both of us had lived through the AIDS crisis, both of us had seen the indescribable plague that wiped out a generation of incredible people. And it was important to both of us to do something really honest.
instead of it becoming an album, I sort of sat on it for a long time. I think it was very painful to go back and revisit these songs.
I don't run into that many projects where it is sometimes emotionally difficult to do the job. And one that, often grabs me emotionally when I'm not even trying to think about it.
And literally, the music, the words, that combination of your profound feeling of connection to this man, that you had witnessed this loss of him. And it was about the loss of him. It wasn't about the end, it's after the end. It's when you're gone.
I feel like it's a documentary almost of that experience of those few weeks in the hospital with Richard, hoping and hoping against our circumstance, which was that he had AIDS and he was most likely not going to come out of it this time. And that's where the title, Days of Hope and Circumstance, comes.
It's a very strong suite of songs and a very strong statement.
A very truthful story that took you from a beginning through the process to the end. But we did come to one song in particular when he sings, "I fell into his shoes."
Pretty sure it was the first song I ever wrote for the song cycle. It's called "And Nothing Much Happened Then," and it's about the people who were left behind, visiting, going to help clean out his apartment, and all of the sort of minutiae of what happens when somebody's left this earth and how they leave a hole kind of right in the center of everything.
He's got this lovely section where he's describing walking around and he's going out and sitting with his friends and having dinner and in his deceased friend's shoes. I know it sounds silly, but there's something really touching about the image.
It's not that long ago that we just watched these incredibly creative, beautiful people dying. And I think that is why storytelling, writing, music, dance, anything that can connect us. And it's important to continue to tell the stories, to continue to remember what it felt like to live through these periods of time, that it's not some dry history.
I think it's important to remember that there was an entire generation that we lost.
Met up at a bar.
So even though these songs were written specifically about my friend and my relationship with him and our circumstances, I feel that there were so many Richards out there in the world, and so many people who sat by their bedsides, so many people who went through this, that maybe there is solace in community or in in hearing these songs and knowing that you were not alone going through this.
Was rushing in to swallow up the space where you had been. And nothing much happened next. We went on ahead and sometimes looked back in our lives without you.